What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 2. That is right. Thank you guys so much for the feedback on episode 1. Phone was blowing up. Social media was blowing up. They're like, thank God. How long did it take? Well, hey, you know what? Not worry about the past. We're rocking and rolling now. Yes, I am wearing my Steelers hat. It doesn't happen that often, but let me enjoy the dub. Okay, we got a good one. We got Packers coming up next week as well, too. Some games were on yesterday that were pretty entertaining. That Eagles and Dallas game, that was crazy. But yeah, we got episode coming to you right now. Dad has some topics to go over from UFC 295. What happened this past weekend, what didn't happen this past weekend. Want to give a huge shout out to Lance Lee. Our boys trained with Bo for the past couple weeks. Had a crushing body kick. I'll put the video up here shortly. 5 seconds into the first round. So the conditioning wasn't needed, but hey, you know what? I'll take 5 seconds. You don't get paid more to be in there for a longer time. So he did awesome. Congratulations, brother. Hope to see you back in here. I know you'll probably be back in here tomorrow. But what else we got? Our predictions for this weekend are coming up. We're going to be doing a little segment where I kind of go against my dad to see what his picks are, see what his picks aren't. I will definitely give you my main card predictions at the end of the show, so stay tuned and listen. We would love to see your guys' predictions, so comment below what you guys think is going to happen this weekend, who's going to win, who's not going to win. Shit, you could even predict how they're going to win. So let's get right into the episode. Let's go.
Hey, this is JC Santana, hoping you had a great weekend. Now let's get going with this segment of the podcast. The combat segment is brought to you by FHE, the premier mental health facility in South Florida. So if you are suffering from mental health issues or drug abuse or know anybody who's going through those types of issues, go to FHE. They will treat you right. Look them up. Now let's talk about UFC Brazil. We had Daniel Marcos ready. Perfect camp, perfect fight. He shows up, makes weight, 136. Boom, the first time. On time. Victor Hugo, his opponent, did not make weight. That short notice, I think, got to him, did make weight, and for reasons that I will find out very soon, we decided not to take the fight down there. There were some decisions made, and I have my own opinion of whether he should have taken the fight or not, but you never put a fighter that is not 100% sure of things into the ring. So at the end of the day, agree or not agree, you have to support your fighter. If they don't feel like it's the best thing for them for whatever reason, can't put them in there. Daniel Marcos did his job. He trained. He showed up. Made weight like a professional. Victor Hugo fell a little bit short. It is what it is. On to the next one. Next one up is Lance Lee, one of our pro fighters. Incredible guy. He's 40 years old, looks like he's 27, trains like a dog, and finished the fight in 5 seconds with a spinning back kick to the body. Man, you can't, I think that may be a record, especially in the organization that he's fighting in. All right, next we have Marc Andre. He is fighting in Canada, coming up in the next UFC, I believe it's 297. He is fighting Chris Curtis. We all know that name. Why? He's on a roll as of late, and he is Strickland's best friend and training partner. So we kind of know what we're going to be ready for, right? Tough fight. He's ranked number 13. Mark is not ranked, so we know we're up against a tough guy, but we will be ready in strategy, and we will be ready in condition. So we're going to throw an absolute dog at Chris and see if he can handle him. Now, from Canada, and a friend of Mark's, and fighting in the same event, 297 Canada, UFC, we have Johan. He just started, and he is one of the few guys that we are training remote. I'm very excited because that dude is a dog as well. Very, very, very dedicated. So I'm looking to see how our programs translate when we don't have the cool equipment, when we don't have the cool accessories, when we don't have the cool environment. Can we transmit that coolness, that thing that is IHP, can we transmit that via email, text, FaceTime, etc.? I think we can, and I think Johan will be proof that we can really, really, really do a great job remotely. All right. Next, let me see. I got to use these. All right. What do we got? We have Gregory Rodriguez, Robocop. We're going to have to change that name. We're going to have to change that name to Monument. The dude is just shredded and huge. And guess what he tells me? We don't have a fight right now. So, coach, I want to get strong and big. Take me back to my bodybuilding roots in the early to mid 70s. George Prince, George Navarrete, all Brody's Gym, 14, 15 years of age, all the stuff I was learning, I threw a circuit, basically, yes, a couple of circuits at Gregory and pumped him up, bodybuilding style. He left here crazy. So we're in for a surprise. He's going to start on creatine, and he's going to go bodybuilding for about 4 weeks. I can only imagine what this guy's going to look like with 4 weeks of creatine, which he's not on, and bodybuilding. Woo! Crazy. All right. Next. By the way, Gregory was training partner with Alex Pereira. Why is that relevant? Because guess what? Madison Square Garden coming up. Big, big, big. Pereira versus Jiri Prochazka. Samurai against, boom, the Amazon beast, the Amazonian beast, all right? So Gregory was his training partner. So we're going to see how it was. We saw some video of Gregory and Pereira training, and Gregory said he learned a lot, that Pereira is an absolute beast, and that's going to be a great fight, and we're great to be kind of directly associated via our fighter being a main training partner of the headliner. All right, so that's going to be awesome. They're headlining. Remember, John Jones was supposed to be headlining that, and John Jones got hurt. So Pereira and Jiri got moved up to the main event. So that's going to be an incredible main event. So we're going to be looking forward to that.
This main card's looking kind of stacked still. I'm still going to be sitting my ass down on the couch and watching it. First opener that we got is a banger. We are going to be doing a little prediction battle coming up. I'm going to give you guys my main card predictions for this upcoming week. I'm going to go Diego Lopez. I'm going to go Matt Favola, representing our boys over at the John Anik podcast. You got to check them out. Him, Kenny, Ray Longo, and all the guests they have. They do a freaking incredible job. They inspired us to do this podcast. So hopefully one of these days we can get the boys on our podcast to return the favor having JC on their podcast. So much love to the Anik and Florian podcast. You guys are killing it. Keep on doing so. All right, back to business. We got Matt. The girls fight, Jessica versus Dern. That's going to be a banger. That's going to be a sleeper. I think Mackenzie gets it done via submission, third round. Okay? Third round submission, Dern. I think she gets it done. Then the big boys. Okay, Sergey versus Tom. You know if any of them connect, somebody's jaw is going to be in the front row. I'm going to go Sergey. If it's not broken, don't fix it. He's 18-1. He's a beast. Complete monster. I'm going to go out on a limb, first round knockout, and I'm going to say check hook. Okay, I'm going to say that. Then the next one, I mean, how can you not be a fan of this fight? Yuri versus Alex. Gregory Robocop actually spent some time with Alex during this training camp, and said, man, Alex is a beast, and he is a top 1%er of his category for a damn reason. He is just, he's great overall everywhere. I think he actually mixes in some takedowns in this fight. Believe it or not, I know he has bombs in both hands and knees and kicks and all that stuff, but I think he tries to implement something we haven't seen that much with some takedowns. Okay, don't hold me to it, but I think so. I think so. I think he does get it done. I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to go third round knockout. Okay, third round knockout. I think that hook's going to be coming right around the corner. But I'm looking forward to this whole card. Looking even for the early prelims and the regular prelims are going to be great. Super excited for this Saturday.
And of course, the year end on the UFC will be Colby and Edwards. That's going to be a good, popular, juicy fight. Because you know Colby's going to make it a fight in social media and in the octagon. When you have Colby involved, whether you like him or not, two things are going to happen. There's going to be a shit ton of shit talking before that's going to get things going. And then you know he always shows up. It doesn't matter. You know, you can think of Colby what you want, but he shows up. He shows up ready, and there's a war. He's coming in for the war. I'm wondering if Edwards can take that kind of pressure. Because we know that Edwards can be dangerous till the last minute. You don't sleep on Edwards or he will put you to sleep. We know that from Usman's fight, okay? And Usman came in and, yeah, fought a good fight. The second fight went 5 rounds. But Usman doesn't apply the pressure that Colby does, okay? That's going to be a very interesting fight. All right? So, next topic. Oh, shit. Next topic is not only, something that's socially coming up and kind of in the combat world. As you know, social media fighters influencer combat is now a thing, okay? And the Paul brothers, you got to give them the props. They've put boxing on the map. They put big paydays on the map. And I don't like the marketing. I don't like the social media. I don't like the bringing the girlfriends in and what happened with Dylan. To me, all that is bullshit. But we live in the world we live in. We live in the world of social media. If you look at the audience, when you have one of these conferences, it's a bunch of 17 and 19 and 20-year-olds, all right, that are just sitting there with TikTok and IG and all this shit. It is what it is. And the Paul brothers have found a way to troll their way into millions of dollars. It's not what I like, but I can't hate on the guys, all right? So in line with that, all right, we got Zuckerberg and we got Elon Musk talking shit that they want to get into an MMA fight and rent the Coliseum out, because when 2 billionaires get together, it ain't going to be no pay-per-view at some gym or at some arena. No, these guys want to rent the Coliseum. And if that happens, between the marketing and the social media following that both of those have, it could be $1 billion fight because of just the buzz that it's going to create. Now, Zuckerberg just blew an ACL. And I don't know if you guys have seen Zuckerberg spar or Zuckerberg train. When this guy does jiu-jitsu and when this guy does wrestling, and hey, props to him for changing his life around. Props to him for being a friggin' geek and attempting or be willing to go hand to hand with somebody. I don't care if it's best friend. I don't care if he's going into a jiu-jitsu, white belt division tournament. That's fine, okay? But let's talk reality here. If you see Zuckerberg move, you know that guy never got into a fight in his life. And if he did, he lost it. He lost it, unless he fought like some disabled person. And with no pun intended, I don't want to shit on disabled people. I'll do everything I can to help them, all right? And feel for them. But my point is, Zuckerberg can't move for shit. Zuckerberg has been a geek for 40, 50 years, however old he is. He's never been in combat, okay? And the fact that he took it up, more power to him. But here's the problem that you have. You got all these influencers selling you on false bullshit. You can do anything you want to do. No, you can't. No, you can't. You're 5'9", you can't be 6'4", all right? You're shit for athleticism. No, you can't play in the NBA. Sorry, Johnny. You got 2 left feet and a huge brain. You can send rockets to space, but you're never going to play basketball in the NBA because it's not going to happen. It's just not you. It's not in your genetic potential. It's not part of your genetic bandwidth. It's not even part of your spirit. So give that shit up. No, you can't fly. No, John, and I know I'm going to get in trouble for this. No, John, you can't be a woman. I don't give a shit how much you try. Got it? It's beliefs and reality. Beliefs and facts are 2 different things. Okay? So the fact that we have people inspiring young men to do something that they've never done, fantastic. Do it. But this started a long time ago when we convinced mediocre little people that were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old that being shitty got you a trophy. Being shitty got you a medal. Remember? When Rio was a little kid, everybody got a medal. Everybody got a trophy in soccer league. In the soccer league, there was no first place. Okay? The kids were counting. The kids knew how many goals everybody scored. They knew who won. But no, the big people said that everybody won. And everybody got trophies and great. Okay, roll it forward 20 years and you got this bullshit. You got this Mark Zuckerberg getting ready for an MMA fight. Bro, that ain't you. That ain't you. And you can be best friends with Goggins, and it ain't going to be you. You can believe Goggins to the end, and it ain't going to be you. And I'm just picking up on Goggins because he's one of the motivators of today. And all respect to Goggins. Kind of not my style, but all respect to everything he's accomplished and every person that he's helped. Respect. Just not my flavor. That's all. And it's okay. And it's okay. But this is what happens when you have false beliefs. Okay? You're not going on principles. You're not going on principles. You can do anything you want to do is a belief. It's not a principle. Gravity is a physical quality that is principle. You drop something, it goes straight to the ground. It never goes up, never goes sideways, straight to the ground. Principle. What's a principle? A principle is a natural law that if violated, bad shit happens all the time. You think that gravity is not a principle and you try to float in air from a third-story building, guess what? Splat! It'll never turn out right. It'll never turn out right. Okay? You think you're a lizard and you want to live with lizards? Okay, a Komodo dragon's going to eat your shit up. It never turns well. You think you're a lion? You want to jump into the goddamn pit? Go ahead, do so. And tell them that you're a lion and see what happens. Principles. What you believe is shit. Okay? Versus a fact. Now, what you believe is huge in what you're willing to do. That's fine. But what you believe is not exactly, what you believe doesn't exactly equate to what you can do. Your potential, all right, outside of your potential is not possible. So belief is something you think based on past experience. A fact is a principle-based idea. Principle-based. It'll turn out the right way all the time. All the time. Okay? So let's stop with this false bullshit selling our kids that they can do everything, because all you're doing is leading them to failure and feeling depressed because they're not accomplished. Let's instead, all right, convince our children that they can be more. That they can be more than they are. You know? That they can improve. That they can improve their lives. That hard work, principle, hard work, intelligent hard work always pays off. Hard work, when you're not working, hard work is a good start. But once you're willing to work hard, then smart work becomes the next level. It's not more work. It's not more work. If you already have a 40-hour job, what should be the goal? What should be a good inspirational message? All right? This is what it is. Work harder. Okay, once I work harder, I work from 30 hours to 40, 45. What's the next one? The next one is work harder. What are you going to do? Work longer, work harder, go to 60? Then what are you going to do? You're a slave. Then it's work smarter. See if you can make 45 hours worth of money in 40, in 35. Why? Because then I have all this extra time to figure out how I'm going to leverage my time, how I'm going to multiply my time, how I'm going to grow either vertically or horizontally, all right, to leverage time. So $1 doesn't equal an hour, okay? An hour equals a potential of $1,000 because you're leveraging your time. You're investing your time in more productive activities, more productive level of preparation. That is how our children should be educated. Do more if you're not doing anything. Once you do more and you're doing plenty, then don't do more. Start doing smarter more. Start doing things smarter. Compress your time, output the quality. Okay, that's where education comes in. That's where information comes in. A license, a certificate, a diploma, or a skill set. Got it? No more of this false bravado, people. Look at our youth. We got a generation here that thinks they can do everything, and they do shit. They do nothing. Never in the history have we had more inspirational people, all right, on social media. We got 13-year-olds that weigh 135 pounds trying to inspire people that they can start to lift weights. Fine, great, okay? But I don't need an inspiration from a 13-year-old, for crying out loud. You haven't done shit. You haven't done shit. You want to inspire me because you picked up dumbbells and started to do curls? No, very good. You went from nothing to there, but you're not in a position to inspire. You're not a David Goggins yet. You haven't done what that dude's done. You're not in a position to inspire. You're not Jocko. You haven't done what he's done. You're not in a position to inspire. You're not. You haven't gone through enough shit to be inspirational and motivational. All right, you got to pay for that. All right, and all these young kids want to undo 30 years of pussiness, okay, in 1 year of training, in 2 years of training. And there's your Zuckerberg ACL. Your legs are not built for that twisting, brother. Your legs are not built for that. Your body's not built for that. All right? And you think you're going to be Mr. Jiu-Jitsu, Mr. MMA? Bro, you spent 30, 35 years in computers, in digital data. You didn't spend 30 years in an alley or in the backyard fighting with kids and developing that, and then got into karate and boxing when you were 14, 15, wrestled in high school, maybe college sports. You didn't do that shit. You didn't do that shit. You're behind a goddamn desk punching in a keyboard for 30, 40 years, and you think that you're going to be able to do this shit. That's what happens. That's what happens. So if you're not doing anything, do more. But once you got the part of doing more and working hard, don't work harder, work smarter, and understand that you can't do anything you set your mind to, because you can't be 6 if you're 5'6" and done growing. And if you don't have the skills, you're not going to be doing certain things. And if you don't have the 30 years of body hardening, all right, you're not going to be able to go to a high level in combat in a year and a half. You know what's going to happen? You're going to tear your shoulders. You're going to tear shit. Tear ACLs, tear hips. That's what you're going to do. All right? So enough of that bullshit. All right. So a lot of you have, like, you're hearing me now, and you knew that I was in the hospital about 6, 7 weeks ago. I was close. I was close to a bad spot with sepsis. I had already spent probably 3 to 4 days septic, which means big infection in the body. It started in my kidneys and got to my pancreas and liver, and all my enzymes were crazy. My prostate, everything went from normal readings to boom. The first round of antibiotics didn't work. They went on a really heavy antibiotic drip for 2 days. Cut the fever down. They let me go. But of course, when they let you go, they go, congratulations, you're going to live, but you're not going to feel very good. And so, of course, the first week out of there, I didn't even have a voice, because apparently it attacked my vocal cords, or when they intubated me to do the lithotripsy for my kidney stones, that tube sometimes scrapes the vocal cords and it leaves you talking like this for 3, 4 weeks. I'm 6 weeks out now, 7 weeks. So, but everybody's said, Jesus, you made a comeback. What's happened? I already told you guys, I fired 2 of my doctors, okay? This is how I tell you guys, when you get your ass kicked, and I see it all the time with my fighters, when they're injured, that's when they have their best camp. Why? Because they're forced to change. They're forced to accept something that they never accepted before. They're forced to look at things that they never looked at before, okay? So when they come in injured, they're going, yes, sir, no, ma'am. And they have a great camp, and they usually win, and fantastic. Then they can go back to, they're healthy, they go back to sparring, abusing their body, and they go back to the same shit. All right, so when I had this situation with the hospital, it forced me. Number one, it cost me like $7,000 because of the deductible and all this bullshit that you think you have insurance, it's going to cover everything, and all of a sudden you got a $3,000 deductible here, a $1,000 deductible here, and every doctor starts billing you separately. That's the nice little surprise. It's not when you go into the hospital everything comes out. No. Then each doctor that visits you, $500 for the visit. And here's the killer. When you take x-rays in the hospital, all right, these motherfuckers have created different companies in these imaging centers, imaging rooms inside the hospitals, so they can bill you separately too. So now all of a sudden you have your hospital stay, and then you have your imaging here, imaging there, blood here, doctor visit, and all these little things. So not only did the money kick my ass, okay, but of course, you know, I'm 64, I'm seeing PSAs, cancer type of numbers. I'm seeing liver cancer type of numbers. I'm seeing pancreatitis kind of numbers. I'm going, holy Jesus. So you got to start looking at what the hell went on. So the numbers start coming down once you get away from the hospital. I started doing IVs with glutathione, extra C, B complex, folic acid, different just good shit, right? And I started feeling like, wow, 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 wow. And I'm like feeling now the best that I felt in 10 years. And I'm only like 2-3 weeks into this shit. I've been on glutathione 2 or 3 weeks with Jake, all right? And we're gonna introduce you to Jake as well. He's my IV guy. Joni and Marcela are my functional nurses, all right? And they're looking at all my medications. And they're the ones that are dictating what I'm taking and what I'm not the doctors, not the doctors. I'll have the doctors prescribe, and I'll have my functional people decide what I take and what I don't. Why? Because maybe a supplement, okay, can alleviate the need for a medicine that has side effects. These supplements, for the most part, are clean. They don't have side effects, like glutathione, like a peptide MOTS-C that I'm on right now, okay? MOTS-C, I think, MOTS-C has been so effective that the FDA took it off the shelf. That's a good sign. When the FDA takes it off the shelf and they can't cite any deaths, any contraindication, nobody's getting sick from it. Why? Because everybody digs it. Everybody says, yep, I've been on MOTS-C, I feel awesome. So the FDA wants their hands in on it, okay? Trust me, the FDA is not after your health. They don't want to keep you healthy. They definitely don't want to cure any chronic disease you have, because the money is not in the friggin' cure. The money is in the treatment. If you had a cure for diabetes, a pharmaceutical would come in, okay, a pharmaceutical that sells metformin and that sells insulin and glucophage, they would come in and they would go, oh, you invented a cure for diabetes, here's $100 million. Obviously, you go, fucking, I'll take that shit. That's it, I'm done. Generational wealth. Great. You know what they would do? Boom, they would shelve that shit. Why? Because the insulin, metformin, and glucophage industry is probably a $2 billion industry. So they give you $100,000 and keep making that $2 billion a year industry. That's how this shit works. And I know this for a fact, going through Medicaid and Medicare with my mom, going through my own insurance, going through my own doctors, and trying to get on certain medications that are not available unless you lie. Yeah, man. Yeah, this medical system ain't interested in your health. They're interested in keeping you living longer sick, because the money is in the treatment, not the prevention or not the cure. All right, so more on my journey, but I got to tell you, I'm super excited. I'm 3 weeks in and I feel like $1 million. Now I'm taking the little hacks that I'm getting from all these fitness experts that are available to you through YouTube, and I'm changing my protein from whey to stuff like this. All right, I'm doing collagen in the morning. Just little things that don't cost me a whole lot of money. Even changing salt from Himalayan pink salt to Celtic salt. So little things like that, you know. I can't promise you, but I might start taking cold showers. And I hate cold plunging, but I'm getting curious. What else? What else? Oh, when I started fishing in the morning, I used to go out every morning, 8 o'clock. Nothing 6 or 7. 8 o'clock, you know, and sit by my pond and put my feet on the ground and touch the grass with my feet. Man, I felt great and I stopped doing it. So I think I'm going to start taking up 15 minutes of fishing in the morning, get out of my door, walk 20 feet to the edge of my little pond, and put a rig on and just let it float there for 15. Get some sun, probably no shirt, or now we're getting into the winter, so I might do a tank top or something like that, and put my feet on the ground, all right? And I'm gonna get back to breath work. And those are all little hacks, so you don't have to buy a hyperbaric chamber, so you don't have to buy an infrared oxygenated $150,000 booth, and you don't have to do the oxygenated exercise. These are all, you know, Gary Brecka hacks. He goes, you don't have to spend $250,000. No, if you don't have this, do that. If you don't have this, do that. If you don't have this, do that. And I like people that approach it that way because they're not trying to sell you on it, you know. So more on my journey as I roll. I'm super excited, and you're going to be excited too. All right. What else? What else? Now for the we listen. all right, which is basically the Q&A. We're listening to you, so give us your input. Give us your input. Not only do you like, subscribe, all that bullshit, give us your input. Hey, Carlos, why don't you cover this? Hey, Carlos, what about that? You said this. I don't agree. I agree. Come on, tell us what you want to hear, and we'll put it out there. So, undoing posture. Can you undo posture with exercise? No, you can't. No, you can't. We've already done the literature review on that, and that's old stuff. No, you can't. What changes posture is a change in consciousness. It's a habit. Posture is a neural habit. It has nothing to do with strength or flexibility. It does not. Forget about it. The data is there. If you don't believe me, take somebody who's hunched over and say, hey man, why do you have such bad posture? Stand up tall. You'll see that they go like this. Boom, they stand up tall. You go, okay, stay there. And you look at them, and you can look at them for half an hour. They'll stay there. But you turn around, go drink water. You come back, boom. Why? Because it's a neural habit. Why do people change postures when they start working out? Not because they start working out, because you're usually working out in a gym. And when you go to a gym, you absorb the culture of the gym. And everybody in a gym is strutting their shit. Everybody in the gym is nice and tall. So you don't want to be the only one in the gym all slouched out with a belly. So you start walking like them and moving like them, emulating them, kind of doing the exercises they do. You're checking out everybody. Ooh, I like that. Let me try. Okay, so it's the culture that creates the habit of good posture. It's not the exercise. All right, what's the next one? What's my training routine? Right now, I'm actually trying to do 2-a-days. And 2-a-days doesn't mean, oh my God, it's like an athlete, like an MMA fighter. No, no, no. I have a lifting session Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I lift between an hour and a half, and I'm just doing reps, 10, 15. I'm using machines. I want to sit down, talk shit with my buddy, Greg Salmons, that's lost 60 pounds, and we're best of friends. We're like brothers, and we enjoy our time together. That's our time to talk, time to bullshit, get a little pump, tone. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to hurt from anything. So we're doing leg extension, leg curls, leg presses, chest press, chest fly machine, Smith machine squats. You get it, tricep extension, hammer curls with the ropes, use the dumbbells. We're doing shoulder presses on the machine, lat pull downs on the machine, rowing on the machine. So we're machine crazy. Why? Because we can sit down and talk. Okay, we're not into proving anything to anybody. Every day, I'm trying to get 40 to an hour and 5 minutes of movement. Okay, walking or light bike riding. I'm not sprinting. I'm not going up mountains and shit like that. No. Put on my thing. I'll listen to news. I'll listen to something inspirational for Jordan Peterson. I'll listen to a hack or a lecture from Brecka or Huberman or Atia. I'll listen to something productive, something that educates me, and that's it. We'll go on the bike, on the sidewalk, not even on the street. All right. How are you training your coaches at IHP? What's the latest? Okay. Your coaches at IHP, what are you training them to do? And we had a meeting today with Rio and Gandhi. So we said, listen, they asked me, what can we do? What can we do with those Tuesday staff meetings? I'm going, this is what we're going to do. And I equated it to MMA and to combat. Just because your jab is good doesn't mean you stop it. So bam, bam, you practice it. But now you don't need to practice a jab for half an hour. Now you throw 15 jabs every day and it's a perfect jab because you've already perfected it. Just enough. It's like riding a bike. How often do you need to ride a bike to be able to ride a bike? Not often. So you do the minimal amount of jabbing to keep that jab perfect. It's not going to be much. You already have it neurally programmed. Boom. So teach them exercise, touch them on uniform, touch them on customer service, touch them on the way they conduct themselves here. We call it picking up the piece of paper, doing what is necessary when nobody's looking. Pick up the piece of paper, man. Don't walk over it because that piece of paper resembles your life. If you walk over that piece of paper because nobody's there, because it's in the bathroom, nobody's there, guess what? When you think you can get away with it, you'll get away with it. And you won't make the call that you need to make. You won't make the apology that you need to make. You won't say I love you when you need to say it. And all of that shit is bad. All that shit is negligence. Negligence. So pick up the piece of paper, meaning proactively be accountable to yourself. Okay? That kind of stuff. And then I'll come in and teach what we need to teach. And it's one word. Coaching. I don't want my people to know shit about exercises. We got machines that'll guarantee you that you do the shit right. Okay? Plus, reaching lunges, anterior reaches, all that bullshit. But easy stuff. I can teach somebody that in a month. Okay? What we don't teach the youngsters and we don't teach personal trainers is the coaching. The coaching. What is coaching? What do personal trainers do? What do they need to coach on? All right, we'll do a more extended segment on this alone. Inspire and motivate. Inspire and motivate. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's what I'm teaching them. How I'm teaching them and the intricacies of that will become a segment in a future podcast because it's friggin' huge. You know what you're teaching? Vince Lombardi kind of shit. Okay, how do you teach that? You can read 20 books on Vince Lombardi. That doesn't mean you can teach what made Vince Lombardi Vince Lombardi. We got to find a way to teach it. So I told Rio, I'm going to start training the staff, and that's going to begin that's going to be the beginning of my new book. I got to write a new book. It's going to be on coaching, and then after that, I want to write a social book on what it is to be a man, what it is to be a woman, what it is to be a productive human being, what you put up with and what you don't, and what you stand for and what you don't. Period. Because we've lost that, and if I'm going to leave something behind, I think that would be a good thing to leave behind. All right. Oh, what are you doing with your fighters? When you reassess programs, what do you reassess? Easy. Number one, was the program effective? If it was, okay, what can I get rid of in the program and still be effective? I'm always looking for the least amount that I can do and still get that result. Why would you run 3 miles to get ready for a mile race? You're just getting used to running a slow mile. Okay? So don't do more thinking that less it's going to be improved. No. Less, you need to train less, and you need to train that shit hard. And then less, you'll get optimum at less. But training more to get good at less, no good, baby. So the number one thing I look at in assessing a program is, was it effective? Yes. And then two, what can I eliminate? Because that leaves me more room for other things that need to be improved or for recovery. Oh my, what a friggin', what a concept. Leave more time to make the adaptation. This is what I tell people. You don't get big in the gym, man. In the gym is the stimulus, and it doesn't take that much. You get big when you sleep. You get big when you're napping. That's when you get big. So, a little bit more napping if your work is done. Little bit effective work and more rest. And you won't need steroids. Maybe you won't need, cold plunging and therapy and cupping and all this shit, dry needling and all that. Or you'll need less of that. Huh? That would be a concept. All right? And functional training for gymnast type of athletes. Oh my God. You think because people are gymnasts that they can't learn anything else and nothing you can do to improve them. That's not true. When Cirque du Soleil called me back in 2006, hey, we want to come down to IHP for you to train some of our elite performers. I was like terrified, just like when SEAL Team 6 called. Terrified. What the hell am I going to teach these people when I actually steal from these people, when I actually envy these people, when I actually wish I could be and my clients would be like these people? And, I went at it with my best intentions, and my best intentions ended up being okay. The Cirque du Soleil people couldn't do an anterior reach, but there were trampoline artists. There were the bicycle people, that jump 10 feet from a bicycle, that pop wheelies and have lunch while they're popping a wheelie. They do crazy shit like that. They go up the pole upside down with a mask, so your visual is weird because they got the mask upside down and it looks like some kind of cricket going backwards on a pole. It's like, wow. Those people can't do anterior reaches, couldn't do a stability ball skiers, couldn't do one-arm planks, one-arm push-ups, couldn't do single leg squats. Their knees would be caving in, but they were like rubber. They were like springs, and they could balance on one hand, but they couldn't do certain things. So I said, well, I don't know. Maybe if I can teach them to do these certain things, the additional coordination and the additional stability might improve the length of their career, or maybe to a lesser extent improve their performance. I did that for 3 years. Everybody was happy. And, you know, I can only tell you, do the functional stuff, and you'll see that elite people can't do certain things. Teach them how to do those certain things if they're basic and if they're good, you know, don't make it crazy. And that's it. And know that they're going to get more from your coaching that they are going to get from learning the exercises. All right, so some of you guys said, hey, we want some nutrition tips. Like, we want some exercise tips. Like, okay, what category, you know, what genre? But when you say nutrition tips, what comes to mind is every night I'll look at 45, and sometimes when I'm on my bike, I'll look at 45 minutes or listen to 45 minutes of a YouTube podcast from one of the scientists or health gurus that I kind of respect. It doesn't mean I'm buying all their bullshit. It doesn't mean that I'm following them to the T. I just want to see if I get some sensible stuff, okay, that I can do and that I can pass on to you. And when I get it, I'm going, that was a good tip. Gary Brecka is one of my favorites for these simple tips because he talks the high end, which, look, I don't even know if he's bullshitting me or not, but he'll talk the high end of what ultra red light does and oxygen infusion does, and the cold plunge, serotonin and dopamine in vessels and blood. Like, But what he does that I like is, and if you don't have that, take a cold shower. And if you don't have that, go outside your house and put your feet on the ground and you know, breathe and look at the sky and spend a little time there, you know, 10, 15 minutes, okay? And if you want to change your protein, what protein are you doing? Or you're doing whey, you might want to go to something like this, clean, you know, Orgain or Vega. These were the tips that I got this weekend, Vega. Why? No preservatives. I've been eating Labrada protein, whey protein for the longest time. When you look at it, all right, you've got things in there that I can't spell. And if I can't spell them, I don't like them. Plus, whey, and like milk, has sugar. Okay, and if you don't have sugar, you may have artificial sweeteners. And artificial sweeteners, we know for a long time that they're bad for insulin. Yeah, they don't raise glucose, but they bypass the glucose bridge and they increase insulin. Okay, and look, you want to get into the whole science and biochemical shit of it, you can talk to Huberman and you can talk to Gregory. That's not my shit. Bottom line is, I said, you know what? I would like a tip to clean up my protein. And if it's a little cleaner, a little nicer, more organic, less stuff and chemicals in it, I'm willing to do that. Boom. I got the new protein. I'm on a new kick. I'm inspired. I might, like I said, you know, tips, nutrition tips. Clean up your protein. Nutrition tips. Get rid of the sugar. Shitty ass sugar. Try not to eat anything that's white. White potatoes, white rice, none of that. White bread, none of that. If you really, 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 really want to be like Monster, for the most part, get rid of all wheat and corn products. That's all sugar, 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 sugar. Now, does that mean that if you're having people at the house for a UFC or a football game or something, there's a pizza? You're not going to tear into a friggin' pizza? Tear into the goddamn pizza, man. Have a good time. Because I ain't one of these, you know, vegan for life and shit like that. No. I'm a healthy guy, but I want to live. So if I know that I'm going to have UFC, I'll take an hour and a half bike ride. I go, hey, God, here's me paying it forward. And if I was a total pig and I have 7 slices of pizza instead of 4, then I will take a bike ride extra long the next day, like a credit card. Pay it in advance and then pay it up backwards. So those are the tips that I like to do. Eliminate shitty foods. Change one thing to a better thing. All right? Don't be afraid of fat. What you can't do, here's a nutrition tip. Do not mix high fat, which is not bad, from ketosis to modified ketosis. We know that high fat, high protein is not bad for you. Change your blood work around. We know this already. We're not debating that, okay? It's just not do by a lot of people. But you cannot mix sugar with that. You cannot mix white bread, rice, pasta, and shit with that. You get high fat, high protein, and you start mixing pastas and pizzas with that, now it'll turn your blood work upside down and it'll friggin' kill you and you will end up obese and diabetic. So, high fats, not bad. High sugars, bad. High fats and high sugars, worse. Got it? High fat, not bad. High sugars, bad. High fat and high sugars, worse. There's your tip of the week for you, all right? So, that's it for us. Guess what? We got coming up Veterans Day. Veterans Day. Oh, God, these people. I can't even start talking about it because I'll start crying and getting teary-eyed. I have a thing for veterans and first responders because they do the job that nobody wants, man. They do the job that nobody wants, and then they get criticized and shit on. So my hat goes off to the veterans for everything they've done, to the people in the armed forces for everything they're doing, all right? And we got Friday, and when Friday rolls around, you friggin' honor them, man. You honor them just for a minute. Stand up and just say, thank you. You can do it in your room. Just say, thank you. And if you see them on the road, go up to them. Go up to them and say, thank you for your service. I appreciate you. All right, this is coming up, so make sure you honor your veterans, all right? So this is JC. I'm clocking out. I'm going to leave you with Rio to recap, all right? We'll see you next week.
All right, guys. I told you Dad was going to be on one today. I told you. He's always on one. He's always on one. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for taking the time. This is episode number 2. Again, every single week, we're just going to get better and better, bring you guys more stuff. We want you guys to get involved. So if you guys have any ideas, topics, questions, anything that you guys want us to talk about, leave it in the comment section. If you want to, hit me up personally. Go on our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever. We got it. Get in touch with us somehow, some way. We want you guys to be involved. This is our podcast. All right? We love you guys. Happy Veterans Day to all the vets. Thank you guys for everything that you do for this country. And we will see you guys next week. And hey, let's go Steelers, baby.